Welcome to Angelo's Tennis, and we're talking about sliding. Sliding. If you notice the thumbnail that I have for this video, that's me right around 30 years old, 30, 31 or so, and I'm sliding. I'm sliding everywhere. I was a slider. I started playing on clay, and I want to start with that. First of all, you should be, at least from my experience, you're better off you start on clay. You can slide, you can play around with the sliding, and there's no, there's nothing to be afraid of. Because a lot of people are afraid to slide. Sliding isn't dangerous. That's how I started. I didn't do it on purpose. I don't even remember. Maybe I did. I don't remember doing it on purpose. I just remember starting to slide naturally, and then moving back on the hard court. I found myself, like I said, I really don't even remember this. I just remember sliding all over the place. I have a video. It's called 10 plus forehands. You can go check it out. I'm hitting sliding forehands. I'm sliding on the forehand in that video. And I've never been injured sliding, not even close. And I'm going to tell you why. So this is a shoe. This is a tennis shoe. It's designed, all these shoes, they're designed to slide. They're flat. And even when they get older, down to nothing, I still was sliding. That made it even worse. There's another one. So that's that. Secondly, if you're overweight, BMI, body mass index, is how I'm going to measure this. If you're technically overweight, according to the BMI, you're probably not going to slide. I wouldn't even bother trying. I wouldn't try anyway. But you're definitely not going to slide. So that has something to do with it. Weight. If you're skinny, back then when I was sliding all the time, I was 125 pounds. I was fast. That's the other thing. I was skinny. My BMI was like 19, and I was fast. That's the other piece. You got to be fast. So the first thing that's going to happen when you start sliding, I'm not going to put it up on the screen. If you don't know about this, you can go look at it. You can go look at videos when they're teaching the forehand. Couple steps to the right, open stance, hit the forehand, and then as you rotate back, you're on your way to recovering. They're talking about the recovery step in these videos, and they go to a one where you're moving a little bit faster, you're moving it more to your right. You'll hit the forehand, and then you'll take a step, and then you'll recover. And then it goes a step further, where you're moving a little bit faster on the run. You hit your forehand. You'll take 2 steps, plant, and then recover. Now, what's going to happen when you actually move fast enough? When you're on a dead sprint, it more likely than not, it's going to be on a dead sprint. If you're not a sprinter, you're not going to slide. Sprinting across the court, hit your forehand, and then plant your foot. Right there, one step. Plant your foot, you should slide. If you're not sliding, probably overweight. You're probably not fast enough. You're probably not really on a really good sprint. That's really all it comes down to. Those things, and you'll see. The other thing is that people don't plant their foot. So let's say you have those things in place. You think you're light enough, and you're fast. You're moving fast enough. It is a sprint. Then you got to plant your foot. You got to have the courage to plant your foot. And I'm not suggesting anyone do this. If you're afraid to get hurt or anything like that, because as I said, I didn't even try to do this. It just happened naturally. So if it's not happened naturally for you, I'm not sure what's going on. Other than maybe you don't have the movement. Go on clay and try it first because you won't hurt yourself. But you're not planting your foot. A lot of players, they'll have the lightness maybe. They'll have the strength. That's something that you should be strong enough. If you're strong enough to sprint, you should be strong enough to handle this. Plant your foot, and it'll slide. A lot of players, what they'll do is they'll run through it. They'll sprint, hit their forehand, and then they'll take multiple steps and to eventually stop. It's not even like not even talking about the recovery step. They'll just run through it, and really that's good enough for most players, even at any level. You don't need to slide. It's completely unnecessary. There's minor little difference of you getting back in the court to get that next ball. You're fucked anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The other thing players will do is they'll sprint towards a ball and then they'll plant and reach for the ball. Like say it's a short ball, like a drop shot or something, and they'll slide. It's the sprint and the planting of the foot. Most people don't have the speed, the lightness, and they're definitely not planting the foot. Uh, outside of that, all the science I've seen, like science videos and this and that, none of that's necessary. It's really that basic, and that's it. Sliding on a hard court.